Hey guys, what's going on? Insidious Swede, back again here for another YouTube video, and today I am bringing you my first impressions of the series, To the Abandoned Sacred Beasts. Now, as a lot of you know, I just picked this up in my last manga haul video. I got it during the Barnes & Noble sale, and it wasn't one of those series that I was looking out for. It wasn't on my radar whatsoever. It just kind of appeared on the shelf, and I figured I'd pick it up and give it a shot. And you know, with a lot of my first impression videos, when I am reading a volume like this, one that I'm not too sure about, I always have in the back of my head, how am I going to talk about this series? And what can I relate it to? And this may seem kind of a weird, you know, comparison, but it almost reminded me of the American Civil War. Not to a you know, lengthy degree, but to a certain degree. Basically, the series starts off between a warring nation, between the North and the South. The South is winning by a landslide. They have more soldiers, and they're just overwhelming the North. So in order to win, a handful of these northern soldiers decide to give up their humanity in order to turn into these creatures called incarnates. And I'll find you the best picture I could of what an incarnate looks like. Of course, they all do look different. And here's one of a Minotaur-esque character that we see halfway through the first volume right here. Very menacing creatures, of course, and with this power, they win the war. And our series basically starts off, like, I don't know how long, they didn't really say it, but I'd say a decent amount of years after the Civil War, with our main character here, Nancy Shaw Bancroft. She goes by Shaw in the book, and she's out for revenge. Her father was one of these soldiers who decided to turn into an incarnate, but her father was executed because after the war, of course, these creatures no longer have any place in society. So she's off for revenge, and she ends up finding the person who killed her father, named Hank. And I'll find a good picture of Hank really quick. Here's one. So there's a picture of Hank, and I'm telling you everything that basically happens in the first like 5 to 10 pages of the first chapter, so don't worry about that too much. There's a lot more to the first volume than just that. But anyway, she ends up trying to kill him. It doesn't go so well, and through interesting circumstances that weren't really all the way explained, she ends up deciding to tag along with Hank as he goes around killing more incarnates, which sounds very weird and you know, there's a lot of holes in this first volume, but I gotta say, there's a lot of things I was kind of questioning, and overall, I can't say that I loved it, honestly. Most of my first impression videos are usually pretty positive about the book, but this one, I didn't love it. So far, it's an ongoing right now. There's 3 volumes out for it in Japanese, still only this first volume in English, and I think I'll give it a few more volumes, but you know, the characters weren't mesmerizing. The concept is interesting with these incarnates, but so far they've only kind of been a backdrop to, you know, to Shaw and Hank. And overall, I can't say that it's amazing. The artwork, as you saw with the Minotaur, is really strong. There's also pretty good pictures of like portraits of humans in here that really show off this mangaka's talent as an artist. But yeah, overall, it's just been, you know, okay, to be honest. There's another great picture of an incarnate right there. But yeah, I mean, I would say it's worth a read, but I can't say that you're going to be blown away by it. I certainly wasn't. You know, positives, again, the art is nice, and it's an interesting concept, especially with the incarnates. Maybe they do more with the war, maybe kind of do some flashback stuff. That'd be interesting for sure. They have a little bit of that in here, but I think going more into detail with other people that, you know, were affected or were turning into incarnates would be nice. But yeah, overall, it was just kind of an okay first volume. But yeah, if you have any other questions, please feel free to leave them down below. That's all I got to say about this title. So thank you for watching, guys. I'm Insidious Swede, and until next time, take care.